Up the middle, it's Williams. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the left hash, this from 34. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Now the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Williams to return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there into the hands of Ross. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Fields on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. On 1st down, Fields. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Fields. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the gun on third down, Fields finding Ertz here on the out route. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Calvin Austin from 17 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Throwing again on second down. Jones looking deep for Adams. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now Fields. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Fields throwing again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw, Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. So the completion good for just 3. And And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
And here we go on 4th down. Fields.
Zach Ertz has it complete. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 37-yard line. So the interception there. And Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know. Look at...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Finding Williams on the check down. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
On play action, Fields. He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Zach Ertz, as the first half is winding down.
And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking deep for Adams.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. Runs over him. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To the air again, Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They snap it to Fields.
Ertz over the middle.
He's got the first down and more than that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Zach Ertz. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Jones. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that, because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Williams will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Throwing Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the 17, Fields. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Play action. It's Fields.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Desmond King picks it. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and this defense will take over right at midfield.
From the 50, here's Fields. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down at 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
On 4th down, Fields. Across the foot.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Jamison Williams
from 13 yards out.
And the Titans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of have this scenario like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window, right?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Amani Hooker.
And the Titans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Now it's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Titans will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 36 yards on the play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
To throw is Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And here's Fields.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Again, Fields.
Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And incomplete. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
On first down, it's Fields. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Now Fields.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was that they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Titans, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the...
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Couldn't start the stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace-spoon going big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style. on elevators could never fade us. I peep